What's up, everybody? It's KBR Sports, the best sports talk show, your 24-hour day. I'm your host, Brendan Abbin, with my co-host, Nigel Patterson.
Hello, people.
Hey, everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hoping everybody was safe this weekend. All of our people who tune into the show on a regular basis, we appreciate every one of you all. Yeah, we definitely appreciate you. Make sure you all follow and subscribe to the KBR Sports podcast on Rabble TV, Spreaker, YouTube, iTunes, and SoundCloud. That way you all will be up to date whenever KBR Sports is streaming live or whenever the podcast is posted. Also, don't forget you can follow and subscribe to the KBR Sports Twitter page at KBR_sports, where we see the live links and show topics prior to every single show. Also, don't forget to call in at 571-991-0566 if you want to join on any KBR Sports topic that may be getting discussed. Also, don't forget to comment, share the KBR Sports podcast as well, and like. That way you guys can show us your support. We appreciate it from everybody, y'all. Remember, don't forget to comment, like, and share. Nigel, how was your weekend, bro? What's going on?
Can we get some breaking news in here?
Breaking news?
Yeah.
Is this part of something that I feel like it's gonna be a topic we're gonna touch on?
No, Derrick Rose just signed with the Cavs.
It's something we're gonna touch on.
Derrick Rose just signed with the Cavs, pending a physical. You heard it here first, folks.
Heard it here first?
No, not really, but
yeah,
I heard it from Sham. So
from who?
Sharnia?
The new guy on the block?
Yeah, Sham. Sham's his first name. I was right. Sham. First name basis.
You say you know him on first name basis?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's your man.
My man Shams.
Is that your source more than Woj?
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
You like Sham more than Adrian Wojnarowski?
I would support the younger up and coming people.
But I'm saying, is he more your source than Woj?
I go to his Twitter page when I go to Woj.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. Just so y'all don't know, these are two NBA.
I mean, Sham's been neck and neck with the guy all offseason so far.
I think Woj is taking a lead at this point.
They've still been pretty close.
Woj is taking a considerable lead. I mean, all the trade stuff Woj is reporting on. Like,
maybe the trade stuff. I'm just talking about just the free agency stuff.
I don't know. I feel like Woj.
I mean, for that kind of news, but like I'm talking about free agency breaking news. I'm talking about that. In terms of like being connected in terms of teams and stuff. That's still Woj.
That's not, well,
but free agency so far has just been.
Woj had some good.
So did Shams.
I don't think Sham was on Woj's level though. I mean, Woj, and that's the thing. It's easier if you're just staying in one realm of it. But Woj was doing the free agency, the other staying connected in between other like stuff like with the Kyrie Irving stuff and whatnot.
I mean, you name one thing. That's pretty much it.
Other trade. I mean, he was connecting with the Paul George stuff.
But did he break the Paul George stuff?
Didn't Wojnarowski break it?
No, Ramona Shelburne broke it.
Ramona Shelburne.
Yeah, she broke
it. That's right. Okay. Well, I mean, they're from the same network.
So what?
I'm saying. I mean, they broke it. They broke the Kyrie Irving news in conjunction. Him and Brian Windhorst, and on the report you had Adrian Wojnarowski written on it. Yeah. So I mean, they do break stories in conjunction. One person sometimes takes the bulk of it, but they do break them in conjunction with one another.
Who broke the John Wall story?
I don't remember who broke it.
Sham.
Okay. Even though the John Wall story was like broken like weeks ago.
No, it wasn't. It was broken 2 days ago or 3
that
days
he
ago.
Actually signed the
yeah,
actual contract offer.
No, they offered it to him.
I thought he was gonna sign that.
Nobody knew he was gonna sign it.
Are you kidding me?
Came out of nowhere.
Stop. Hey, where was John Wall going, Nigel? You tell me.
I could have left. Weren't you the one campaigning on here that? Oh well, if they re-sign all the Porter, I mean, it's could mean John Wall's leaving because
No, I said that.
Yeah, whatever, man. Start the show. Start the show.
No, don't try to talk over. See, that's what you do.
I don't
do. You do this thing where you want to get your point, and you just talk over me and then say, "Yeah, start the show." So you do every single time. You're not slick. Everybody knows your patterns on here. You think you're slick on here? No, you think you're a slick Rick. I'm gonna start calling you Rick.
You gonna start the show or not?
I'm gonna start calling you Rick.
All right, 5 minutes in.
Shut up, Rick. Okay. Anyways. All right, y'all. Here's our slate of topics for today. We're gonna be talking about Mr. Kyrie Irving and the way he's been portrayed in the media recently. After he made the initial trade request. Then we'll talk about who is more to blame in terms of the trade request going on. Is it Kyrie or LeBron? Then we'll touch on some football, talking about the Cowboys, Andrew Luck. Also, we'll talk about this recent Carmelo Anthony news and much more. So make sure y'all stay tuned for all that. But all right, y'all, we're gonna jump right into it. So Kyrie Irving, after making his trade request, has seemed like he's just been getting berated through the coals in the media. Like, so many people have been saying that Kyrie is like he's making a mistake, that they don't understand why a guy who's going to the finals every year would want to make a request or will request a trade to leave the team that he went to the finals with. So now if you don't mind, I'll take point on this one. Here's one thing that's kind of getting me about this. So Kyrie Irving, people, and Damian Lillard also chimed in. For those who don't know, he also chimed in on this whole thing about Kyrie's trade request, and Damian Lillard pretty much, and I'm summing it up here, or paraphrasing here. Damian Lillard essentially said, "Who wouldn't want to get to the NBA Finals every single offseason?" Essentially, this is exactly what he said. Who wouldn't want to go to the Finals every year? That's what Damian Lillard had to say on Kyrie Irving's trade request. But to me, it's not that Kyrie doesn't want to get to the Finals every year, but maybe he just wants to have a bigger role in the terms of getting to the Finals every year, and he doesn't want to be on a team where he feels as though in a year he won't be in a situation where he's getting to the Finals every year. I think everybody's making these comments about Kyrie. Like, I'm starting to hear Kyrie get called selfish. Kyrie's only thinking about himself. Like, he's not thinking about how he can take over the team once LeBron leaves. And then everybody goes back to saying, well, we saw how it turned out for Kyrie the first stint when he had the team, but prior to LeBron James coming back. That you can't use that as a barometer. Kyrie was the number 1 overall pick when he got drafted in Cleveland. It's no surprise that Cleveland team was bad. So I don't know how many wins you thought Kyrie Irving was going to come and add to the team. 2, if you use that first Cavs team that Kyrie Irving was playing on, it wasn't a team. It was also a team that wasn't more so built for Kyrie Irving. It was a team left over of the shambles of what LeBron left when LeBron left in 2010, right? Yeah, when he left in 2010. So it's kind of disingenuous to kind of put that on Kyrie. I mean, granted, great players do add wins to a franchise. Now, if you want to go back and do the metric how many wins Kyrie added to that team, then you have a case in that point. But just saying that team was bad and Kyrie was on that team and he didn't make the team a winning team, that's kind of not fair to Kyrie, especially if he didn't have ancillary pieces around him to make the team better. And then why is it we will be so quick to, like, I think at this point we kind of try to criticize guys for being mobile, but we don't criticize guys in the NFL that do the same thing. Like, you have it in when Darrelle Revis won his first ring on in the Patriots, he left immediately the season right after to go to the Jets.
Wait, how did he leave?
Left via free agency. So, and the Patriots didn't re-sign him.
Okay.
So, here's the thing though. Darrelle Revis, he was kind of like on the 1-by-1 contract situation after that point. Mm-hmm. And then here's also another outlier right here. The Seattle Seahawks. Mm-hmm. Seattle Seahawks, they had multiple guys that won a championship in that 2012 year when they won in 2012, I believe. Is that the year the Seattle Seahawks won? I can't remember. It's either 2012 or 2013. Right. But I think it was 2013. But when the Seattle Seahawks won their Super Bowl, they traded some of their corners. They traded a linebacker. They traded a defensive lineman. The Seattle Seahawks made trades to get guys away, and they moved guys so they could afford guys under the salary cap better. So I don't understand why it's such a bad thing if a management does it, but if a player wants to get out, especially if he sees in a year that this might not be the situation where they're going to be going. It's not like it's an entirely different conversation if he knows, hey, LeBron James is staying for 5 years to be here. But with LeBron having this little opt-out he can do every single year, it's not promised that this is going to be the championship team. It's always been with LeBron James. And even if LeBron left, people are saying, oh, Kyrie can just take the reins of it. It's not a team built for Kyrie Irving. It's a more slow-paced team that suits LeBron's train-like play style where LeBron can just mow down anybody. He's spread out with shooters. Kyrie doesn't have that same ability to get to the rim like LeBron James, and then he can play make like LeBron James does. So I think it's kind of disingenuous how the media has kind of just spun this whole thing about Kyrie.
You say the team's not built like LeBron. I think not built for Kyrie. I think that's foolish, to be honest. It's a drive and kick offense. You're saying Kyrie can't get to the rim and pass the ball to somebody? Is that not saying more about Kyrie than it does about any other player? And before you say, oh, well, it's built for LeBron, you put it's a three people out, one person in, pick and roll offense. It's not like some complex thing where it's just like LeBron's the only player who can run this. You put Russ in this team. You could literally put any point guard in this team that can pass the ball, and they can run this offense successfully. That's that first point I don't understand. Secondly, NFL point, completely different situation. NFL players hold out during free agency hold out during the season for contracts. Will not sign with the team, but can not sign with the team, but the team can retain them anyway. It's a completely different culture. Saying that the NFL does this, therefore the NBA should do it's a parallel to the NBA doesn't make sense to me either. In terms of vilifying Kyrie, I mean, it doesn't make sense in the way that he uses the ball a ton right now. He had a higher usage rate than LeBron. And I understand. Are you gonna say, "Oh, he wants a bigger role"? I understand that. But let me just go through this whole thing real quick. He's not gonna use the ball more anywhere else. He's probably not gonna drop 25 a game unless he goes to a bad team, which he's not asking to go to, except for the Knicks and what's the other team? Miami. But even Miami's probably a playoff team at this point. But he would be the best player on Miami. But he asked to go to the Spurs and the Wolves. Two teams we talked about this before. He wouldn't be the number one option. He would use the ball less because he'd be sharing the ball with more players than LeBron James. So I mean, I think more people are vilifying him because they're confused because he's saying he wants one thing and then contradicting himself with what he actually wants. I think that's why people are like, I don't get it. What are you doing? What are you asking for? If he said trade me to the Hawks, trade me to a team where I'm the de facto number one option, I think it'd be a lot different than what it is right now.
Okay. Well, okay, to address your first point, how you said anybody can run this offense. No, anybody cannot run.
I said
any point guard that can drive and pass can run this offense. No, that's incorrect because we literally were on here making the case that Kevin Durant and this team would not be in the same position. Kevin Durant's better than Russell Westbrook. He's better than John Wall.
That's why I said point guard that can drive and pass.
Exactly, and Kevin Durant has improved his playmaking. And even if you put Russell Westbrook on this team, the only reason why this team works as well as it does because Kyrie's on the team. If you displace Kyrie or LeBron James, you take one of those guys out of this team. This team is not as good as
I'm not saying as good as it is, but I'm saying it's not like this is. You're saying like this is the only system that LeBron can run.
But here's the thing, though. It's the reason why Kyrie doesn't want to do that is because it requires more of a slow down pace of game, and that slow down pace of game is more suitable to Kyrie Irving's play style than LeBron's. More LeBron's play style than Kyrie Irving. Mm-hmm. Russell, the Thunder, you say they can do all this. There's a reason why the Houston Rockets played at a really fast pace because of the fact they had to get up the court and play really fast in order to suit James Harden's play style.
They did.
Russell Westbrook, whenever the Thunder got into a half court offense, they were stagnant.
They also didn't have any shooters.
No, they didn't have any shooters. But here's the thing, though. Part of the reason why it takes too much energy from one guy to have to do it. Kyrie Irving doesn't want to do that. That's the point. He doesn't want to have to do that.
But saying you don't want to do something and saying nobody he can't do it is two different things.
Okay, but he doesn't. But I mean, he said. I mean, if we're saying that he can't. He said that he doesn't want to play. Well, essentially, him making this request I didn't say he can't do it. I said that he doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to play in this stuff. I said the team is built around LeBron James.
You said only LeBron James can run this offense.
Yeah, because it's for it to be a winning team, Nigel. I'm saying for them to be as successful as they are now.
I disagree with that because I feel like
they're not going to be as successful as they are now.
But you didn't say as successful. You said you a winning team, and I'm saying you put Russ on that team. You really think that putting Russ on that team they don't make the playoffs?
We've seen it though. We've seen Kyrie play with this team without LeBron James.
But I'm not saying that. I'm saying other. That's and my point is that not a fault of Kyrie more than it is of the system?
No, but I'm saying I'm saying that's the point. Kyrie needs a different kind of team around him.
What kind of team does Kyrie need then?
A faster paced team. That's the thing. You have running gun kind of guys that you can put alongside a Kyrie Irving. I'm not saying that this team other guys can run it. It's just not suited for Kyrie Irving. That's my point. Kyrie Irving might be better suited in an offense that resembles maybe Washington's or something. I don't know, but maybe more of a team that has because him and Bradley Beal is a consistent. John Wall and Bradley Beal is a consistent fast. They're pushing the ball consistently all the time.
The offense is predicated on
pick and roll,
getting inside the paint, kicking it.
But they also play. They try to push the ball in transition. Kyrie wants to play in an offense that resembles. If it was just him, he would prefer to play in an offense versus resembling the Houston Rockets.
That goes back to my last point. Then he's not asking for an offense that's just him, though.
No, that's not, and that's my point. But he's also not. He's not asking for a team that's not built. Every team he requested, they're not built around the guy that he's trying to go to. This team is built around LeBron James. Yes, every team he made a request to go to, they're not built around a certain guy.
They're built around Kawhi and LaMarcus Aldridge.
That team was not built around. That team was already there. The team that was there was already
built around them, though.
No, they haven't added anybody. That's my point.
But I'm saying their offense has been structured now that it's Kawhi. There's a reason why his usage is going up. It's centered around Kawhi Leonard ISOs.
I'm saying the talent there, Nigel, was not built. When they initially got all those players, the talent there was not concentrated around Kawhi Leonard.
What difference does that make?
What do you mean? What difference? Because that means the talent can be accustomed to whoever comes and runs the offense. If your offense is if your talent surrounding a guy is fit to fit one guy, like the 01 Sixers, they were fit to fit around Allen Iverson, a guy who wasn't the best defender.
Absolutely.
He had multiple defenders around him, and guys that were gritty kind of guys.
And his job was to only score.
Absolutely, and you put another guy in that offense, it might not work the same way.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. Kawhi and all these other teams wait. If you take Kawhi Leonard out, there's a reason why the Spurs are still successful. Not that they might not be successful in the grand scheme of things, but regular season-wise, they're still successful because the team is not built around Kawhi. There's a reason why you take LeBron James out, the team doesn't work because it's built around him. If you put another guy in there, like I get maybe Russell Westbrook and James Harden, those are probably two guys that you could probably put in there.
Again, you're just selling it short.
But I'm saying you're selling short what LeBron James also does on defense. That's what I'm saying. That team is not a good defensive team. You're selling that really short. Team
now with him.
And that's Nigel. You're overlooking
again,
those things. I'm saying you put Russell Westbrook there. You put Russell Westbrook there. Russell Westbrook had a good defensive team in OKC.
Yeah, absolutely.
They couldn't shoot, but he had a good defensive team resembling the 0-1 Sixers.
Absolutely.
It resembled the 0-1 Sixers team. So Russell had to do everything. Kyrie knows I don't have a defensive team here. It's not like I have a defensive team. Yes, I have 3-point shooters.
Yes.
But the only way we're going to win is if we outscore people.
Yes.
And with just me, we're not going to do that.
But it's not just him. Stop disrespecting Kevin Love. Seriously, I keep telling you, stop disrespecting that man. Seriously, man. I'm getting tired of you doing this. I mean, damn, if you're going to tell me that another All-Star's on his team and Kyrie's by himself. Get out of here with that nonsense, man. I'm getting real tired of you doing. I'm getting tired. Right. It's not just you. It's every single person. Oh, Kyrie will be by himself. What is Kevin Love? Does he not exist?
I'm saying that's him as the leader of the team.
He will obviously be the leader. Yeah. But people are like, oh, he has nobody else around him. Kevin Love just dropped 18 and 10 a game.
He did.
So it's like this whole thing of like Kyrie will be by himself.
I think it's kind of easy to forget Kevin Love and how
I understand it is, but seriously, he's there. He's there.
He is there. I credit that. He is there.
So you're saying you're telling me that a guy can't make it work. So you say it's not built. I mean, Kyrie can have what would you add to this team to make it Kyrie's offense? Pick the pace up. You can do that without going to a little team.
It depends on the kind of guys you.
I'm saying, what would you change?
You have to add younger legs. This team is not a young team. They're an old team. Everybody knows this is an old team.
There's no team.
So you add younger guys to the team. That's what I'm saying. You like a guy like a Courtney Lee, guys like younger team.
Courtney Lee's as old as J.R. Smith is.
I thought Courtney Lee was 29.
No,
but he's a more. I'm saying J.R. Smith is like one of the guys you could keep that could play the fast pace. Not all the guys on the team can play the fast pace.
Literally, you're talking about Kevin Love's 29. You're LeBron James. Whoever you place with LeBron James.
Kevin Love isn't a fast-paced player, though.
Kevin Love can space the court.
He can still space the court, but he's not a fast-paced player.
Okay.
And he doesn't defend. That's the thing. He doesn't defend.
He was okay last year.
Nigel,
okay. All right.
I just gave you credit for Kevin Love. Don't tell me Kevin Love defended.
Seriously.
Okay.
Tristan Thompson's 26.
Whoever you take out as small forward, Tristan Thompson works because of LeBron. Like I don't like this Tristan Thompson thing. Tristan Thompson is a good player because he plays with LeBron. Because he plays alongside LeBron James.
He's a good role player.
Nigel, he's playing alongside LeBron James. It's the reason why you're taking away the credit LeBron James.
Now you're taking away the credit for Tristan Thompson.
What was Tristan Thompson before LeBron James got there?
Offensive rebounder.
He wasn't what he was now.
No,
he was
shocking! He's not as good as LeBron James,
and he wouldn't have got this contract.
It was 4 years ago
when he got that contract. Nigel, literally, LeBron comes. They go to the finals. Tristan Thompson all of a sudden became a marquee player on the team.
Great in the finals. Are you going to be serious right now?
I'm saying, but isn't it because of LeBron James?
Partially.
What?
Are you going to say that? Oh, Kyrie. So hold on a second. Is Kyrie not made of LeBron? Made from LeBron?
Wait, what?
Is Kyrie not?
Oh yeah. Okay, Kyrie's benefiting from LeBron James.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's okay.
Yes, I say Kyrie, but Kyrie also is an exceptional offensive talent. We already recognize him, and we've seen what he can do without LeBron.
So is Tristan Thompson going to automatically stop grabbing rebounds, stop setting good picks, and stop being an above average defender when LeBron leaves?
I think he could stop. The rebounding part, having LeBron James there to rebound also helps take away.
I mean, it does, but I mean, do you think all of a sudden he's going to not be able to rebound anymore? Is he worth the $17 million?
It's easier, but I'm saying when guys focus in on you, we saw Golden State kept him. Golden State kept him off the board.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah.
Off the board.
In the finals, in the regular season, I'm talking about in the grand scheme of things.
It's easier to key in on you when you don't have another guy that averages 8 rebounds there to grab boards. You know what I'm saying? That small forward position, we're when LeBron moves out, we're kind of lowering the expectation of what's going to happen to that small forward position the minute LeBron leaves.
Obviously, you're not going to replace it. You're not going to get somebody who can replace LeBron. Obviously,
exactly. That's
you're
what
not going to get that. So you get, but you want
that small forward position. And then when you look at every other position, it's just Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson.
Okay.
And Kevin Love is the marquee guy.
Iman Shumpert.
And J.R. Smith's defense fell off this year.
He was injured
his offensive capability.
He was injured this whole year.
He was injured. But J.R. Smith did not show up, but he was healthy for the postseason, and he did not show up until 2 games of the NBA Finals.
You missed the whole season. It's going to take enough. I mean, most of the whole season. You missed like 3 months. It's going to take a toll on you.
You didn't play 2 good games until the NBA Finals.
Okay, dude. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm just saying you have open shots with LeBron James. Hit a shot. He only hit 2. He only had 2 good games against the NBA Finals. So I mean, at some point, we're giving guys excuses to try and elevate them. No, this is the talent that Kyrie's given.
I'm going to take that he had his worst year, the year he got injured, versus this is the norm. This is J.R. Smith.
Okay, Nigel. So how many of these guys are gonna increase their scoring or whatever the minute LeBron leaves?
I didn't say they're gonna increase their scoring.
But I'm saying
this whole thing of like, whoa, the Cavaliers are god awful and Kyrie couldn't manage it somehow. I don't understand that.
No, it's not that they're going to be god awful and he won't match, but he doesn't want to play with a team that's not suited for him. Nigel, you tell me what team is more suited for Kyrie Irving? The Rockets or the Cavs?
The Rockets, but he didn't ask to go to the Rockets, so that's my problem.
That's what I'm saying. There's teams you can look at and you can obviously tell they're better suited for a certain player's
Don't
talent.
Disagree with that. Don't disagree with that at all.
That's what I'm saying. But he wants to go to teams that are better suited for his talent skill point. He wants to go to the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think if you put Kyrie
that's not
in
what he
Minnesota,
said.
What do you mean?
He literally said that he wants a bigger role, and he wants.
See, the whole focal point thing. I don't know about that whole. Focal point
but that's your opinion. I'm telling you, I was going by strictly what he said. He wants to be the focus, and he wants to. What was the other one?
He said he wanted to be.
He was tired of playing with LeBron James.
Yeah, he wanted.
Those are the two main things. The whole this offense doesn't fit me.
No, and he said that as well. He said the team is built for LeBron. It wasn't fit around him. The whole focal point thing, the focal point thing doesn't make sense with the list of teams he gave. That's why I think the focal point thing is overblown. We both said that on Friday.
That's why I think
we both agreed that on Friday.
The biggest confusion is because of that. I think he's getting vilified because he said he wants a bigger focal point, and you look at it, it's like you're not going to use the ball more anywhere else. Yes, you're going to be under LeBron's shadow. I understand that, and I completely. If he just came out and said, I want to forge my own path, and I don't want to be under LeBron's shadow, I guarantee you he'll be getting a lot less flack than he is right now by saying, I want to be the focal point, but here I want to go to teams that have focal points already.
So it's about, you think it's more about getting out look from LeBron's.
I think it's saying one thing, but then wanting another thing.
But they're still criticizing him, even if he wants to get out from under LeBron's shadow. They're saying, why would you give up winning?
Yeah, but
going
think
to the
about
finals every single year?
Yeah, I mean, because you would think you play the game to win championships, and it's not like he's a role player. And it's not like he's like, it's not like he's Klay Thompson. It's not like he's like kind of like forgotten about on offense. Like he's Kyrie Irving. I mean, if my thought was earlier, Kyrie Irving wants to be the man. Is he ever gonna? If he was the man, would he ever have a shot like he did in Game 7 last year, 2 years ago?
If he was the man.
If he was the man, do you think he would? There would be a situation.
That was an ISO situation. So
but I'm saying,
could take a shot like
but Game 7 in the finals, Kyrie. Are
you saying could he get them there?
I'm saying Kyrie could be the main guy leading the team to the finals and be contending with that Golden State team.
Well, I mean, unless LeBron James is on any team,
that's what I'm saying. Contend. It's like, and that thing was the biggest thing for his brand and himself in general.
It was, yeah. That shot was huge. So
it's not like Kyrie's like in the like forgotten about. He hit the second biggest shot in NBA Finals history. It's like, and you're always going to be remembered for that.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, alluding because I remember you said something about the football standpoint. The football, the cultures are a little bit different. But you said what?
Way different.
But the overall morals of the whole thing still stay the same. Guys are way more okay with guys leaving in football to go get money instead of playing on teams where they can still get money. It's just that another team might pay them a little bit more. They can still be on a winning franchise, and then they can still be on a winning franchise and get championships and still be winning with that team. But everybody's more comfortable with the NBA guy staying in the behind role or whatever, and not going and making his own team, making a name for himself. Every single time a guy has left and left the team, it's always been an issue. When Shaq left Penny, it was an issue.
Mm-hmm.
When Shaq left from the Lakers,
it
was put on Kobe. Kobe kind of forced him out.
That was the thing that was coming though.
Yeah, I mean that was more so beef, but Kobe still got ridiculed because of that.
Well,
after it happened, and then
that's different. Hold on a second before you move on. That's kind of different though. That's a guy saying he had the terrible finals in 2004. Then he forced Shaq out, quote unquote, forced Shaq out. At the time, Kobe forced Shaq out.
The Lakers made a choice.
But at the time, Kobe forced Shaq out.
Yeah, that was the narrative. Yeah.
Then went on to post. Did they make the playoffs? They didn't make the playoffs that year after that. Did they? No, they didn't. They missed the playoffs.
They made back-to-back afterwards.
Yeah, they made back-to-back after that. Then misses the playoffs after that.
But granted, that first season after Shaq left, a lot of that Colorado stuff was
going.
Yeah.
So, I mean, kind of understandable why Kobe was destroyed through the media for that one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're a young player who was the most dominant player at the time at the moment, and then forced him out, according to what people thought. I mean, that's a little different than Kyrie saying, "I just went out."
But I mean, we saw a dip in Shaq. I mean, at the point when when him and Shaq were at their highest of beef, it was literally like right here in terms of their abilities.
I don't disagree with that.
You saw?
I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying
they were
but at the time,
on the level.
But at the time, Shaq was still the more dominant player.
He was, but that's the thing though. and Kobe wasn't getting any credit for it. Kobe was the Kyrie of the team. He was the Kyrie. Is that him and Shaq actually had a beefing relationship. It was more volatile. But it's a similar situation. Then you have the Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook situation. Everybody crushes Kevin Durant for wanting to leave there. And
again,
I get it because Kevin Durant went to the team that beat him. I get that standpoint. But Kevin Durant still got crushed for leaving a superstar that he didn't win with.
Not
he hadn't even won with them.
Not a superstar. He left the team that a game out of the finals.
But Kyrie's leaving a team that's in the finals.
That's why people don't understand.
But I'm saying, how are we gonna? We keep crushing guys. If you already won the ring, what's wrong with the guy wanting to leave?
The fact he's still under contract.
But
all those things you mentioned. Kevin Durant left in free agency. Shaq and Penny. Shaq left in free agency.
Shaq got traded.
Shaq got to the LA.
Yeah,
his contract was up.
No, but he got traded.
He got signed and traded.
Yeah, he got traded.
He got signed and traded. He signed with the Los Angeles thing. He went back and let the Magic trade him. He's still left in free agency. No, come on. He could have easily just left. I don't think they had cap space for him at the time.
No, they could have signed Shaq.
He went back and let them trade him.
They made a choice between whether to trade him or not.
Yeah, okay.
He wanted to come back to LA, but they just didn't want to play with him and Kobe.
Exactly. So he chose to leave Orlando.
Same thing Kobe's doing. I mean,
no.
Then Dwight Howard also in Orlando, but continue.
Dwight in Orlando, that was the thing. But how long did he have left in his contract?
He had a year.
He was in his last year of his deal.
He opted in though.
He opted in, yeah. And he had 1 year on his deal, and then he got traded.
But Kyrie's helping Cleveland.
He's literally not though.
Why would he wait? The minute you wait for 1 year left on your deal, you become less of an attractive trading piece for other teams.
Guess what? When you sign that contract, guess what? That's what happens. You are locked into a deal. It's not like the NFL where it's not guaranteed. You can just say, "Oh, I'm going to sit out until you pay me more money." It's not like that. You sign the contract. It's kind of like, well, you signed the contract, and we don't have to trade you, and you can't really sit out because you don't do that here.
You could. NBA players have sat out. They have not reported to
camp. Yeah, but they don't sit out games.
No, they don't normally sit out games. But because most time NBA stuff gets done before. NFL owners have more power. NBA players have more power.
That's what I'm saying.
So I'm like, the two kind of NBA players could do it. It's just that stuff gets handled beforehand because the players normally have the power. Just like a la Kyrie Irving, he's making the trade request now. With 2 years, he's helping Cleveland with 2 years.
He's not helping Cleveland.
Yes, because Jimmy Butler didn't request to get traded, so I'm not trying to make it seem like Jimmy Butler got requested to be traded. But Jimmy Butler was a more willing trade piece for other teams because they knew they had 2 years left with him. Kyrie Irving with 2 years left is more attractable than Paul George was with 1 year left. Because then with the 1 year rental, you only have him for 1 year, so you're like, okay.
Guess what? Those 1 year rentals still get holes.
You said they what?
They still get holes.
Paul George didn't get as big a hole.
Brandon, you keep bringing this point up. I keep telling you, all because the Indiana GM was not smart and didn't take the best deal for him does not mean they don't get holes.
But there's been multiple. I mean, Boogie Cousins. What did New Orleans get for Boogie Cousins?
Buddy Hield and Tyreek Evans.
What?
Again,
that's not a huge haul for. But Kyrie Irving will demand a bigger haul than that.
People are turned off by Boogie Cousins as well.
Are some people not turned off by Kyrie Irving?
Does Kyrie Irving have attitude problems?
I mean, people don't know if Kyrie can win by himself. But
people had attitude problems, but they didn't want him in the locker room for DeMarcus Cousins. There's a difference than he can't win by himself. Kyrie puts people in seats. Kyrie's a player. Kyrie has a way bigger brand than DeMarcus Cousins does.
So he will yield a bigger trade package.
Even if you have him even if you get 1 year rental from him, you will get a team that will bite on him.
No, but if you only have a 1 year rental, you have more power in Kyrie's hands than other teams. Kyrie has way more power with 1 more year left than 2 years.
Okay, and I say
is that not correct?
I mean, sure, absolutely. But at the same time, he's not helping Cleveland because Cleveland, guess what, gets worse if they trade him. That's just a simple fact of it.
They do get worse, but what's worse? If he leaves, if you trade him in a year and get less for him, or trade him now and the other team, and you can get more of what you want. Sure. Right now, if you trade Kyrie with 1 year left, he controls where he's going because yes, he does, because then most teams Paul George was an outlier in that scenario. Paul George was an outlier. Chris Paul controlled where he went. He wanted to go to the Houston Rockets. He told them, "Hey, I'm going to leave anyway, but you guys might as well get something for me. Trade me to where I want to go."
And he had 1 year on his deal.
Same thing. I'm saying, but that's my point. Cleveland doesn't have to trade Kyrie where he wants to go. No, they can literally trade him to the Phoenix Suns if they want to. That's my point. You don't wait till a guy has a year left to trade him because then he has the power because the team doesn't want to pay. The only reason Oklahoma City traded for him is because they think they can actually get Paul George to re-sign because they have Russell Westbrook.
Nobody's going to trade for Kyrie and then say, "Oh, we can't re-sign him."
Nigel, but that's you have 2 years left with him.
So okay, you get him for 1 year. So you get Phoenix. Let's throw Phoenix out there for an example. Phoenix trades them for 1 year. Mm-hmm. They just suck this year. Well, of course they're going to suck. They're not good yet. Then they have 1 more year. What's the plan, Brendan?
You hopefully you playing with Kyrie, or you have Kyrie paired with Devin Booker, and maybe you can, and Josh Jackson, and maybe you can lure some guy in free agency. But you at least have a year to do that. You can at least build Kyrie's brand in Phoenix. If you only have 1 year, you don't have that chance of free, because Kyrie's a free agent that year. You don't have that chance in free agency to make your team better. You don't have that chance to make your team better.
So my point is that Phoenix, he wants to go. He wants to be the man, and he wants to win. Mm-hmm. He goes to Phoenix. Phoenix not gonna be good this year. Not gonna be good next year either, because they're just young. Mm-hmm. So he's gonna leave anyway.
But that's the thing, you don't know that.
If Jackson, they wouldn't keep him.
You tell me, what's more likely, Kyrie would leave Phoenix in after 2 years, or with 1 year on his contract? What's more likely, what scenario he will leave?
It's 1 year.
Exactly. That's my point.
But my point is, he leaves regardless.
No, but I'm saying, it's more likely. You're gonna, if you're a team,
if
you're
I'm
banking
Cleveland,
on the more likely scenario.
Guess what? If I'm Cleveland, I'm in win mode now. I'll take Kyrie for 1 year, go to the finals. Something happens, we may win a ring, we may not. If we don't, LeBron leaves, trade Kyrie. Start over again. As simple as that. I'm not going to throw away my a championship contending team because a guy's not happy. I'm just not going to do it. And I have the power in the situation.
But if you know exactly, and why not trade him for pieces while you have the power?
Because the best team is right now. This is the best team you're going to have. Eric Bledsoe and Josh Jackson, not better than Kyrie right now. Any kind of form of trade you want to throw out there, not better than Kyrie right now. They are good right now.
Here's the thing: if everybody assumes that they're gonna lose to Golden State again anyway, if you go back, if you reload right now and you go back, you're gonna lose to Golden State again.
Okay, so
it's not some surprise that we added Jeff Green. We're going to all of a sudden beat Golden State. No, you're going to lose to Golden State again. Unless, barring injury. And actually, Cleveland's been the more injured team than Golden State. So that makes everybody's saying barring injury.
So what's your point? Trade the team off and hope for the best?
No, but if you know one guy's going to leave in a year, LeBron James,
they don't know that yet.
But I'm saying, if you have to approach the situation with caution that he might leave, then you know the other guy wants to leave. He wants to already go. He doesn't even care the fact that whether LeBron's going to be here or whatever, he wants to leave. And then you're going to lose him in 2 years. You have nothing for that after that point.
Yeah, you
might as well get something. What do you have after that?
You act like Kyrie still can't be traded.
But you're commanding a lot less of a haul.
Brendan,
right now,
you keep saying that, but you can
demand young assets right now.
The only one who didn't bring in a haul is DeMarcus Cousins.
I'm saying you can demand what the haul. But they want young talent.
They're not getting that now. It's the problem.
They want young talent. They want.
And again, so you're gonna throw away your championship contending team right now and guarantee a loss. Versus keep a team that's going to go to the finals and then trade them next year for pieces.
I mean, essentially, right now you're already guaranteed a loss.
If something happens to either Curry or Durant, it's not.
Something happens to either Kyrie or Kevin Love,
sure, absolutely,
who have been more injury prone than Curry or Durant.
Absolutely.
So it's like we're saying that it's like all.
But the situation can happen, and if it does happen, guess what? You are now on par with Golden State. You have a chance to win the title.
And also another thing that makes no sense why Kyrie's getting berated. If everybody's already assumed that Golden State's going to win the championship. Then, I mean, why are we saying
assuming and actually happening are two different things.
And if both teams, we have to lean towards assuming that both teams will be at their max power going to the finals.
You can't just say if both teams are healthy. You have to have a backup plan. If something happens to Steph or Durant, then it's like, oh well, man, I wish we had Kyrie now because we would be the favorites.
Yeah, but here's my point though. You have to look at it as not if a guy gets hurt. If a guy gets hurt, you have to look at it as if we're both healthy. How do the two teams stack up? And Kyrie's standpoint, we already lost. We didn't get any better. The general manager did nothing to get. I mean, David Griffin was doing something until he got fired or got let go. But from his standpoint, they have not done anything to get us any time. We gotta move on from this topic, actually. But we haven't done anything to get us any help.
So the logic would be.
Hold on, let me finish.
Go ahead.
They haven't done anything to get us any help. I'm not going to stay here and just catch finals L's and play alongside a guy I don't want to play alongside of anymore. And I want to go play somewhere else where I can kind of make my own brand and play around a team that I feel as though I will have a bigger role in. And I'm not disagreeing with the point that Kyrie, I mean, he's the second best player on the team. So he has a big role on that team. But I mean, if he doesn't feel like his role fits how he wants it to fit, then I'm not gonna blame him if he wants to leave.
I'm not blaming him for it.
He already has a ring. What's wrong with him wanting to leave at this point? If you're just getting to the finals at this point to catch an L essentially because nobody's picking them to beat Golden State. And if his only chance to beat Golden State is an injury, the same thing that everybody's been saying about the Celtics and Cavs, then I'm not leaning on those odds to determine. Oh yeah, I'm most likely gonna win a ring because of that. I can say the same thing if LeBron gets hurt.
Sure, well,
then the Celtics are the favorite in the Eastern Conference. Absolutely. But how often has that happened? So it's like, I mean, I'm not banking on that.
Sure, and I'm not blaming the guy for wanting to build his own brand. I'm just saying that it's probably not going to... I'm not saying I wouldn't trade my... I'm not going to blow up a champ. I'm not going to get rid of my second best player on a championship team and make my team worse because, I can get a better haul. I'm just not going to do it. It doesn't make sense to me to... Because
you're thinking short term.
Yeah, you think short term because LeBron's 32 years old. I'm not thinking, let me get Josh Jackson and Eric Bledsoe. Yeah, Josh Jackson may be great down the road, sure. But I need players now to help me win.
But here's the thing. If you're thinking short term... Kyrie's already made the trade request, so everybody knows he doesn't want to be there. Your locker room is going to be toxic now because he made this request. And it's
all because you ask for a trade.
He doesn't want to be there.
Doesn't mean it depends on how the guy goes to work. If you go in there sulking and like,
this is Cleveland.
I'm just saying.
This is.
I would hope.
Let's disregard the past now.
I would hope that Kyrie could be a professional and understand
Nigel,
that.
Come on.
I'm just saying, a guy's under contract. I would hope the guy is under for 2 years. It's not like a 1 year deal where he's. Well, I'm gone after this year. Bye, guys. You have 2 years there. If you're gonna go in and be unprofessional for 2 years, then
Nigel, LeBron's been unprofessional.
How has he been unprofessional?
LeBron's the guy's known for the cryptic tweets. What do you mean? LeBron's the guy that's always playing social media, creating a narrative via social media, never saying exactly what he means, putting out things like what was the most recent thing, putting out songs saying that if you're the Meek Mill song saying you were never with me from whatever. He put it out at a time when everybody knows, everybody's going to assume it's about Kyrie Irving. Look, the whole locker room's unprofessional. Everybody said the Cleveland climate is not good. Everybody said that.
So what Cleveland climate?
The environment within the locker room. They said that literally building up until, in the Windhorse, Wojnarowski and Ramona Shelburne article, Windhorse cited saying that the Cleveland locker room, even though they got to the finals, building up to the finals, it wasn't a good locker room to be in. Okay. So I'm saying it's not like these guys are best buddies or whatever. I'm sure they have a good friendship, but then even after the story coming out that Stephen A. Smith put out saying that Kyrie's camp is disgusted, thinking that LeBron's camp leaked the news because Kyrie requested a trade a whole month ago. It was quiet, and then all of a sudden it got leaked out by somebody, and it just happened to be the same week LeBron found out supposedly. So. I mean, at that point, do you want to keep a guy on the roster that is going to make the roster toxic?
Am I going to the finals?
No, it's not a guarantee.
It is.
It's not a guarantee. Honestly, it's not a guarantee. No, here's the question. Are you going to win the finals? That's the question. Are you going to win the finals?
No, it's not. For Dan Gilbert, it's not a question if you're going to win the finals.
Yeah, what do you mean it's not a question? Because if you're assuming you're going to get to the NBA finals, the question is, will you win the finals?
The question is, will you get to the finals? So anything can happen in the finals. Get to the finals first, then worry about winning the finals.
I mean, Nigel, you just said they're going to get to the finals.
Yeah, I said it. You just said
are they going to win it?
I'm not going to sit here and say yeah, because I don't know.
No, and that's my question. If you're saying, are you going to win the finals? If you're assuming they're going to get to the NBA finals, that's fine. Will they get to the finals with or without Kyrie?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think if Kyrie's not there,
I really don't think so.
Whatever they get back, they're not going to make it to the finals.
It depends on what they get back. I'm not going to say whatever they get back, because who knows what they can get back.
I'm pretty sure they'll get a good haul back for Kyrie Irving.
If they get Josh Jackson and Eric Bledsoe, do I trust them to make the finals? Probably not.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they would. LeBron James.
It's LeBron. That would be like my saving grace of like maybe that's why they would get to the finals. But I mean, if they lost to the Celtics without Kyrie, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, I can't believe they lost.
But I'm saying, we're most likely picking them to go to the finals. If Kyrie got traded,
most likely,
you're still picking the
most
Cleveland
likely
Cavaliers
and being completely confident.
You just said Golden State is most likely to win the. Nigel, you can't say.
I'm talking about the Celtics. What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying you can't say one thing in one argument. Golden State is most likely to win the finals.
Yes.
And you say if something happens, then they're not going to win the NBA finals. But then on the other side, you're saying, most likely of a situation with the Cavaliers and the Celtics, it doesn't quantify.
What are you talking about?
The Cavaliers are most likely going to get to the finals, correct?
Yes.
With or without Kyrie Irving.
I said I don't know. Without Kyrie Irving, I'm not sure. Depends on what they get back, Brendan. It's like, if I take Kyrie off the team completely, no, I don't think they'll get to the finals. If they get a whole back like Eric Bledsoe, I'm sure they can still get back. I'm not picking them completely outright to go to the finals.
But you're like hung up on this Eric Bledsoe thing. I don't know why.
Because that's the main deal going out there.
No, but I mean they had the Knicks deal is a trade offer out there. Even if you
what Knicks?
Even if you said the Knicks,
they said they won't trade it. They wanted Porzingis back, and they're not getting Porzingis.
Well, I don't know about the whole Porzingis thing, but if you were in the Knicks, okay. So I just saw a report from ESPN. LeBron would be tempted to beat Kyrie's, behind if they saw each other.
Okay,
that was an ESPN report.
Yeah, okay. Whatever.
So I mean, I'm saying if we're assuming that with LeBron James, most teams, if whatever team you put LeBron James on, most likely he's going to go to the finals.
Okay, so,
and I'm assuming whatever trade haul you get back, I'm hoping Cleveland's competent enough that you would get a worthy trade.
So let's for example, let's take the 4 teams. So this will be the last thing. Let's say the 4 teams that he has to go for. They would get either Wiggins and somebody back, It'll probably be Wiggins and Gorgie because that would make the contracts work. LaMarcus Aldridge and filler. It would have to be Carmelo and
somebody else.
Somebody.
I pick somebody.
Yeah, and
it'll probably be like
the Heat.
Dion Waiters or somebody.
Yeah, no.
They're still gonna. I still take them over the Celtics. If you're telling me I'm betting my money against LeBron, and then second best guy on that team is Gordon Hayward, no, I'm gonna bet my money on LeBron. No, come on.
Okay.
No, I'm not just doing it just to make an issue. No,
okay.
Come on. But all right, y'all, we're gonna transition into our next topic. We're gonna talk about who was actually more to blame for this whole trade thing going down, Kyrie or LeBron James. Stay tuned. Who we think it is? It's KBR Sports, the best sports talk show 24 hour a day.